exciting. And speaking of not necessarily the most exciting, Duro subbing in and then playing Execute's champion is kind of weird, but he's still going to do so.
Yeah.
The metal pants going to be taken out of the closet. They can possibly still win. Let's dive onto the Rift for game 1.
It kind of costs Telecom more in a stadium. Of course you're watching that, but only real ones are here right now watching Bro BNK. And Bro Nongship, that's a deep cut, Atlas. That's the hipsters of the LCK. They can say, I was there when some of the greatest League of Legends of our time was played.
But I had to change my name.
Is it the name you still have on...
yes,
yeah,
everywhere else.
Sense. Yeah. I think Atlas was a good choice.
I think it was fine. But there's a hook. That's going to connect here as Polo is just going to collect the Rel. And unfortunately for Duro, it is not the kind of debut first blood that he was aiming for.
Welcome to the LCK, Duro.
Yeah.
Gets found. And Polo's had a lot of moments that left me scratching my head, but I also want to applaud him just a little bit. In the Dutch, there's an expression where if you try and, build someone up, you say you break a lance for them, which I think is a really cool expression.
I do like that one as well, as Duro's going to immediately make up for this situation. He's burning Karis down. Close is going to be able to lock that one up. And so as you were saying, as Duro comes back and just immediately answers that first blood, because I know it's a bad thing. Okay, we're not still on the side of BNK. They do manage to get the knock-up onto Polu, but Duro is just dead once again. This Talia is being very pesky as, oh my goodness, just needs a slightly longer anchor. A couple of extra chains there for Polu.
One of the other questions that I had coming into this is that Ezreal on the previous patch was mostly a counter pick, and he was still quite strong, right? We saw Pays already pop off on him, but it wasn't necessarily the highest of prios because his laning phase could still be considered weak after the buffs. So I don't think that this is entirely due to the matchup. Do want to highlight that, but it does fit into the larger trend of I think the Ezreal priority is just going to keep rising throughout this patch as people more and more realize that he legitimately just wins.
Just Essence Flux and then Arcane Shift randomly in their direction somewhat, and then they take half of their health bar. That seems a bit silly. As okay, Duro going to go aggressive. Envy offering a fair bit of damage back as Youngjae making his way in and Duro realizing it's not great, but still, Raptor's here this time, finds the wind, becomes lightning, and that is going to be the Crescent Guard to keep him safe. There's the flash out as Raptor goes down extremely low. Envy's flashing forward, looks for the Mystic Shot, but it's going to be blocked there by the heroes. And Karis just clearing out wave after wave. Very even in the mid lane. Nothing really to report on outside of the fact that there is 50% less on the flash cooldown. 4 grubs over to BNK though. Bro just not interested in grubs. It's just not... oh, unless Youngjae wants to be able to find one here as Morgan picks up a rock, throws it over. There's the Impale to connect onto Raptor, who's going to get slammed into the wall. Karis comes on over. That is so much damage. Morgan's almost able to get something done, but Youngjae gets himself out of there, and that is a kill going over to Polu as well. They'll take 1 grub for their trouble and 2 kills on top of it. And can Bro find themselves a team fight? That's the question, as Envy not exactly in the area, and that is just the steal away. That is going to be Arrow connecting, and Youngjae is stunned for a very long time. Raptor comes over and executes him, but turret does actually fall elsewhere on the map. Bottom lane outer does go down as now Morgan's just trying to be that brick wall. He just drives his way out. And Clear not going to be able to catch anybody else. So they sacrifice Youngjae, they get themselves 2 dragons, and they also grab first brick. I think it's still probably an advantage for Bro.
Maybe that was an angle for Closer to try and go for a big play. Would like a dive on Karis here.
Yeah, see what they can get done here. Good Fear is going to connect onto Closer. He looks for the Emperor's Divide, but I don't even think he really needs it as Raptor tanks up the turret just long enough, and they're able to take down the Hui. So nice little shot back here for BNK on the bottom side.
See what he ends up going as Raptor is in top now.
Yeah, Morgan is trying to run away. Wind becomes lightning. Morgan just looking for that wall. And speaking of walls, the Talia is going to give one. That is going to be the all-out as Morgan not going to get thrown back because that's his teammate's seismic shove. It doesn't matter though. Youngjae just not able to save him. Magnus Storm connects onto 2 here as Closer is making his way up the mid lane. Interrupted there by Polo, but Envy, he's still going to go down. And I think Polo's immediately going to follow. BNK finding multiple things all over this map and completely evening out the game. And then we potter around for a little bit. There might be another Baron that happens somewhere, doesn't win the game. And then we are, you know, Soul territory. There's a big fight for that one, not conclusive. And now the arrow is going to hit onto Polo. And it's going to be a fling back onto Duro. Doesn't really do too much as Morgan makes his way in. Envy trying to find it here as they look for Karis. He does get the shield, and now Duro is down exceptionally low, but it does not matter. Raptor's able to get in there, CC's up the Ezreal, and now Karis is behind enemy lines. And they've just given up wondering about it. They're just going to let him go, and now it is going to be B&K Fearex taking the Drake. And as we know, Bro's response is, it's just one, it's fine.
But your biggest weakness is if they actually get on top of you. And for Brion, that's the main thing they need to avoid is, oh boy, I don't know if they're going to be able to here.
Yeah, looking for the dive as that's a phenomenal arrow once again from Hannah. Karis going to be the first one to go down. Duro is taking a fair bit of damage, but otherwise he is going to be absolutely fine. Empress Divide lands onto 2. True Shot Barrage will be able to take down Duro, but he does not care. He's done his job, and that is going to be a double for Closer, and B&K can just do no wrong.
That is going to be the Nash surely here, Atlas.
Closer's going to come down. I think he should be able to take this inner as well, and only further extending that gold advantage that they've built up for themselves.
Really optimal use of Nash, you know, just power up the wave so that you have prio in mid so that you can just run towards the dragon. It's peak. They get the bot side turret as well, and this is obviously still a really good Red Bull Baron power play here.
Because it's not so good if you're not really far ahead. And B&K, are they far enough ahead? That's the question. Closer goes golden. Emperor's Divide comes down. He keeps himself alive. The more is going to come through, but Karis had to flash for it. And I think even though they took down the Azir, they got rid of a few of those pages. That book's going to be forgotten because B&K is still going to get the Baron. And, well, eventually they'll move back and realize that it's pretty much gone.
Maybe we don't have time for the conversation. I don't think Duro's I don't think that's a right media. I wouldn't go that far. His team fighting has actually...
No, I just have a feeling really that right media is going to go there. I'm not saying it's the right media is bad.
Well, okay, but
that's where I'm thinking.
Yeah, but right media as a vibe is not where you want to be in life, right? This might be it.
Another one. Karis has tanked so many of these. Is all right. Here's the Hail Mary. It's being wound up. Morgan, can you get it done? Polu is already dead. The seismic shove is going to get Zhonya's. And now Raptors dove in, the all-out from Clear. He's going to get to work on these turrets as Closer just shifts the sands, gets himself all the way out of there, and Morgan is saved for last. Young Jay is on the fountain. They'll spare him, but they will spare no one else as B&K will take down Bro in game 1. And that was where the game was done. At least it's an easy VOD review.
It's the easiest highlight one of your life.
Oh,
yeah. Back to back to back.
Yeah. I just felt like, because this is probably...
You could feel a disturbance.
Yeah, oh man, it was Alderaan all over again, man. I mean, there couldn't be a worse Rakan angle outside of what we saw yesterday.
It's the same!
Yeah.
It's the same angle! Word for word, bar for bar, there's a Nautilus!
I don't think it's going to happen. Let's dive into the rift for game number 2.
What part of us working together in the last 3.5 years makes you think I wouldn't want to hear your feelings?
Whoa, there's a flash for flash if ever I've seen one. Duro is just, this guy activates Hex Flash out of the gate every game, and I love it. As long as it's a dash cannon and not Sorks, then you're going to make Huni pretty upset.
Never buy Leandris, you know.
Yeah, and for some reason it's Grasp Rumble as well, or something like that, something really cursed.
Youngjae trying to make an impact early here.
Yeah, there is a ward.
They should know that they're on the bot side of the map.
Immediately going to get spotted as Polu goes in. They do manage to get the Blade Caller as well. And like you say, Duro has no way out. Let's see whether he can get it. No, he cannot. Arctic Assault comes in. And that should mean that Envy's able to get that first blood. And the Rend not really going to be doing enough here as Henna's completely out of mana now. Oh.
Wasn't already shot. Are we really going to have the run back? He's going to die and then just make his way over?
Well,
again?
Jay's going to get spotted. The Sentinel was in here. That means he's going to lose his Raptors. Raptor does generally take Raptors. That's sort of how it works. And then a Brambleback? Is that worth a kill under Duro, who doesn't look affected by dying in this series at all, even a little bit?
Are you going to get engaged on?
Oh, wait.
Youngjae, I don't...
Think about the amount of time this is wasting, though, as Raptor, he took half of Youngjae's jungle, and now Youngjae has to actually concede.
Life's tough. I also can't believe Duro does exactly the same thing twice, which is just die in lane, and then it's like, ah, who cares?
Needed to back anyway, bro.
Walks into the enemy jungle level 2 to back up Raptor, and they're like, oh!
Going to be completely seen, and that means so this is gone. The Gromp is about to spawn, and so that should also be gone. Yep. There's the frog. Pops out, says, Raptor, if you would like more of the enemy jungle, please come over and collect it.
Okay,
and here it is. Here's the Hail Mary. Let's see whether they can kill Duro again.
But realistic, like Duro should never, and he might because we've seen the game thus far, but he should never walk in if you give up Drake.
And so should help out there. So that's going to be 4 grubs and probably 6 because there is just no one from Bro in this area whatsoever.
Shouldn't. Yeah, just let Raptor do his thing. If he's there, let's go to the other. I would like for them to take Dragon though, because they've definitely...
Yeah.
They definitely know this is happening. Oh, I don't know about this one. I think they have to peel off. I think they have to leave.
This is so rough. Battle Dance can get Polo over there, or the Grand Entrance, of course, has opportunities, but Duro's going to dive in. There's a seismic shove. They do manage to get the Drake. There's now Henna. He's had to get out of there. Envy's now finally moving on over. Grand Entrance is going to hold them in place as Karis gets the Emperor's Divide onto Closer. He's going to go down. That is first blood for the Bros, as the Fate's Call is going to pick Duro up and get him out of there. And see whether they can continue.
Oh, they're looking for a fight here.
Yep, Karis is just going to find it. That's going to be the blast cone to allow Henna to at least try to buffer, but it does not work. And that is a beautiful catch. And Karis, his Azir, it's starting to really feel like that old one, you know, that he was real good at. Haven't seen it in a while. Hang on. Hang on, is this game 1? Game 2. Game 1? Game 2. Game 1?
Are they different?
Game 2. It's game 2. There's the all out. As Morgan, I mean, he didn't have minions there, so the turret helps out, and he just dies. Why would we do it again? That's my big question. They do manage to take down the outer turret.
He's creating space.
Zoning. And
he's creating space, yeah.
He did create a lot of space for them to take 2 outer turrets, so it's a really good point. It's all right, Morgan. He's continuing to throw things around. Trying to hold on to this turret as best he can.
Is that where
They're just bullying the Skarner. That's what the attempt is, as Raptor is going to up that damage to champions by one audacious charge. He is definitely dying. Turret probably going to go down first here. That is going to be secured, and then Morgan is going to press the Impale button and just try and waste their time a little bit here. As you can see, the ping's out from Bro, trying to get something elsewhere on the map to this, and I'm not as upset anymore about the fact that the Rakan and Xayah were picked, because for Bro, I guess maybe it'll just work. I don't know. They're just vibing with these champs at this point in time, as Raptor is going to get engaged on. Polo's going to be thrown around like a ragdoll. Wind doesn't really become lightning, actually, as Raptor misses it. And Bro, they're out of there. They're going to go back in, though. There's the Impale. It connects as Clear dives in, finds 3 with the Q. But the Featherstorm comes in. There's the all-out. And Envy has nothing left against this Cassante except a whole bunch of friends. Another Q on everyone as Envy flashes away, and it's not enough. Oh, the Cassante. Never you mind. Still, Bro are going to be able to win the fight because they only lose Envy.
Quite lethal if they do need Closer, though.
Yeah.
Currently still looking at huge wave on bot. Someone's going to have to answer that.
Yeah, it is moving down right now. Closer going to help out with the damage as Youngjae just walks in. That is going to be the Drake secured. There's the hook onto Morgan, but he finds 2 with the Impale. Clear once again just wanders into the backline. This time Envy, it's going to be very difficult to Featherstorm, and he will be taken down. Fear X, they're going to find it as Youngjae and Morgan running for the hills. It's only the tanks remaining, and Closer is looking to catch up. Will the seismic shove land? That's the question, as Morgan seems to be their target, or maybe they haven't really decided on a target. As Rock's being thrown around, we don't find the shove, and that is going to be BNK.
Bro, this might be the Angle Atlas.
That's not. Yeah, that's Polo getting thrown around like a ragdoll. He will be taken out. In goes Duro, as Envy is going to send him out once again. Duro realizing that he only has Hex Splash. Not really going to be able to do too much here, but Closer is trying to save him. Seismic Shove doesn't hit the mark as Karis does. Raptor going to get thrown back as Envy throwing his feathers towards this Crescent Guard, and Raptor one more and he's dead, and there it is. That's Karis locking down the double, and these Sand Soldiers are relentless right now. And Henna and Closer, they do back away in the end.
Oh, a couple of big mistakes there individually. As no jungle available, Closer does have his TP.
Dove?
Actually, yeah, Dove has a... Oh my God.
Dove has a teleport.
He's not TPing. Brianna are pulling further ahead. This Rebel Baron power play, nothing crazy just yet.
All right, Envy, they're going to catch him once again. The hook is going to land, and goodbye, Zaya. Let's see whether they can get more off the back end, though, because it's been a few wins in these fights, but never enough to actually turn it like they were able to achieve in game number 1.
That was really well done, though. The CC chain by Duro and Closer there was clear.
All right, let's see whether he can find the angle. Karis is their target. He does go golden. But is he out of the woods? That's the question. Finds a couple with the Emperor's Divide. The Featherstorm goes down. Karis is eventually taken as Duro gets the stuns on Envy, and Henna pops him like a balloon. Raptor's out of the fight, though, and Closer, I don't think he's going to be able to go 1v3. So the 2 damage dealers, I say with air quotes, were taken down, but Morgan is at full health, and he hits like a train.
You know, he had the oopsie in the top fight.
I kind of like, in a bro series, giving it to the one whose mental was challenged the most and didn't break.
And that's Young Jay. Atlas.
That's Young Jay in this game. He's now got the Baron down to half health as Morgan going to get over that wall, looking for a target here. Duro is going to be that target, but a Fate's Call is going to be available. And now they're looking for the turn. Of course, Duro's going in. He flashes out immediately. So he isn't going to die, but just offers them up a cooldown on a silver platter. And we have a stalemate, as no one used the teleport outside of Morgan, actually, to get him over here earlier on. At that point, as now Morgan gets the crash into the wall. That could be the ideal target, as Closer is flashing out of the way now, and now Polo is just going to pop. Henna's able to lock him down. Raptor still well and truly in it, as Clear is fighting 5 people. Envy flashes over the wall, and still alive! Gets on top. Envy will be taken down. And who remains in this fight? It's only the Beefy Boys and Henna. And Henna might be able to do it this time. There goes Morgan. The Lord has been felled. Instead of 15 minutes, it's 35 minutes.
Okay, I think we're stretching. We're stretching the analogy here.
All right, Hook going to come on through once again. Polu going to be put in a blender, but there is the knockback. They're trying to chain the CC, but Clear is the one now taking too much damage. Has to go all out onto Young Jay and gets himself out of there, as the Impale is decent. Seismic Shove is also good, though, as Envy goes down so incredibly low, but he will survive for so long. Raptor puts him down in the end, and Henna is still up and available. Closer is still up as well. But they're the team with the Baron, and it's B&K that wants to just be sieging turrets, not going even in fights.
It's a brawl, Atlas!
A brawl!
A brawl! I don't know what's happening. That's a 4-item Zaya.
Yeah. None of those items are like Guardian Angel or like somewhat defensive stuff. He does have a Bloodthirster, that's good. So if he does survive through all the chain CC, then he can at least get his health back, but it's getting a bit dangerous as Young Jay, he's going to get hooked back. He's the one that's going to get chain CC to death, and now it's Morgan thrown around like a ragdoll as well. These seismic shoves from Closer, just too good. Oh, bro, why does it always have to happen like this? As far as, you know, just the players and the play. As, bro, they have stepped up once again. There is a Glacial Prison. Duro going to ignore it completely. Raptor as well, now going to go in. Wind becomes lightning. There's the knockbacks. As Emperor's Divide comes down, Karis is like almost dead already, but now Henna has got on top of Envy. Just gets to press the rend button. And wasn't this a late game team fighting comp, bro? Wasn't it? Because B&K are making theirs look like it's perfect for 38.5 minutes, and they're just gonna truck it down the mid lane.
Henna gets on top of Envy. Duro with the ult sets him up. Henna knocks him down. And it's the hesitation for Brion. It's the inability to win these front-to-backs. And B&K are gonna get the 2-0.
Oh man, it's heartbreaking for the bros, but what a debut. From Duro, we do have to say, this guy was not afraid in any moment whatsoever. They replaced Execute with this guy. It's just a different version of crazy, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, B&K.
That's some scorpion damage.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG interview translation, joined by Raptor and Clear on the side of BNK Furax, who just defeated OK Savings Bank Brion to put an end to their losing streak. Congratulations! Thank you. Raptor, you successfully broke the losing streak today. How do you feel? I came here with the mindset of making no mistakes, but I ended up making some mistakes. I messed up, and I feel like my teammates did so well just keeping their mental fortitude until the very end, so I'm very glad. And Clear, this is your first POG, and with the playoffs as your goal, it was such a crucial game to win. And it was so crucial to win today's match. So what mindset did you come to Lowell Park with? Like up until today, we came here as if our life was on the line if we lost. And I think that's what really paid off today. And today we saw Duro stepping in as BNK's support. And with the swap, did the coaching staff give you guys any specific orders? No specific orders. I think it was just really to change up some pace in the team, and I believe that it definitely did have a difference in our the team atmosphere overall. And Clear, was Duro nervous at all for his LCK debut? I don't think he was actually nervous at all. I think rather the rest of the team was pretty nervous. I think up until going into the game he was fine, but when we went into the game it looked like he had some jitters. And in games 1 and 2, you had some amazing plays with Xin Zhao, especially in game 1 with your ult usage and aggression. How high is your confidence on Xin Zhao? I'm very confident. I think in Xin Zhao, when you play Xin Zhao, as long as you can use your ult well, it feels like you have so much influence in the team fight. So I would say that I'm pretty comfortable with Xin Zhao. And in game 2, level 6 Xin Zhao at 6 minutes. How did you come up with this pathing? So the enemy jungler actually went bot first, but he didn't actually clear his jungle camps, and I was able to get some experience and then snowball off of that. And in both games 1 and 2, the enemy blind picked Skarner from the blue side, and you countered it with Cassante Clear. So how do you rate Cassante as a counter to Skarner? I feel like it's just a very skills matchup, 50-50 even kind of lane. So I think that's why you see it pretty frequently. And Clear, your positioning with Cassante was so clean. What did you talk about as a team? I think we were just trying to be all proactive, and we were calming really well between our teammates, so we were able to pull off winning the team fights in the end. And let's take a look at the next replay where you won some team fights in the mid to late game. Can you walk us through what happened here? I think we really wanted to open up a team fight here, but it was a little iffy to open it up right then and there, but we were trying to sort of pick off of the enemy's mistakes, and we were able to pick one by one. So it looks like I was trying to go for either the Xayah or Azir, and that was my target. And now you guys will be on a week of vacation before facing off KT. What is your resolution? I want to make sure that we minimize our mistakes, and we'll put in our best to prepare for the next match. And Clear, KT is on a really good momentum, so I want to make sure that we take our week off to be prepared for the next match against KT. And would you like to give a shout out to your fans? Thank you so much for coming here to give us all the support, and I'll make sure that we put in our best to win the next match. And Clear, what about you? It was rough today, but I'm sure that it was just as rough for you guys to watch. But I'm so glad that we were able to win, and I'm glad that we were able to repay your support with today's win. And that's the end of the interview from Raptor and Clear of BNK Ferox, and back to the space. Thank you.